feel like your performance lately has been at all tied to like playing without physical pain?
Oh man,
Maybe not without pain. Okay, like I know you guys were all dealing with stuff, but
no, I'm with you. It's just no matter how I answer that, it would seem like an excuse for earlier or something. It's just tough, man. I will say I'm feeling better. um, you know, usually at this, we were just laughing, a couple of us, at this end of the year, you're usually, your body's going like this, and I felt like the last couple of weeks my body's going like this, and makes you realize or wonder how bad was it really, and so I am feeling better, but everyone's also doing the right thing more often, and there's a lot that goes into that. So ever since that Green Bay game, it's been a struggle. I've been honest about that. It's been a struggle for me physically, but the last, I don't know the weeks, but I have felt better, and hopefully that continues because we're going to need it, especially against this team.
You feel like it's synced up as well as it has this season in terms of play calling, execution, everybody understanding what they're supposed to be doing?
I would say the last half of the year has been a lot better. It's been a lot better, and I think we continue to improve. And that's always time on task. Players getting to know each other. We've talked a big deal about this year about communication with me and a few guys, and I just feel like all that's growing and getting better, and that's a great sign. It really is. That's a great sign for things to come, but we're not done yet. We still got one more promise to us, and we're trying to earn more. So, I definitely think the last half of the year has been better. We've improved, and we started to do things where I think that what it's supposed to look like, here for the future.
Is it a control mindset this week? I mean, obviously, nothing matters unless you guys win.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. Is it doesn't matter unless we win the game, and so, you would love to be able to sit there and think of all the scenarios and all that kind of stuff, but you'd just be wasting your time, not getting ready for what actually matters. And so, for us, you are what you earned in this league. This is what we've earned, and for us, the mindset is the same it's been the last few weeks, man. This playoff mentality, it's win or go home for us, and so we're playing a team this week that beat us, and so if that doesn't get your attention on Monday morning, or Sunday night after the game, I don't know what will. We got a great challenge in front of us to, try and beat somebody that we didn't beat earlier this year.
Hey, Derek, when you go back and it comes down to the last game of the season, do you kind of think back to some games that you kind of wish, like, man, we let that one get away, or you just kind of think about that?
I mean, I'm sure we will. You always do at the end of the year, after everything. You say, man, that one or that one. But I'm just so proud of the growth that we've made to fight back to have this opportunity, and that's really how we've been looking at it, man. We just, we put ourselves in that position, but we fought back and earned the right to be playing for something, at the end of the year. And so it didn't start how we wanted to start, but it's starting to look like how we want it to look like. And so hopefully we can take care of business this week, and we can't control anything outside of that. And like I said, that's what we've earned. But it is getting better. It has improved a lot, especially in some situational things. But that's it.
Does it matter to you if the Tampa Panthers game doesn't get shown on the scoreboard while you guys are playing? Are you even
I don't even want to know.
about,
I don't even want to know. I don't know if they'll show it. I don't know how that stuff goes.
You don't have control over that?
I don't have control. I may be able to pull a few strings playing quarterback, but no, I don't want to know any of that. I just want, again, our guys to be focused on the task at hand, because if we're worried about those things, Atlanta's way too good of a team to, not be thinking 100% on. You can't do that. They would come in here and beat us by 40 if we start thinking about that kind of stuff. And so, our mindset has to be completely and solely on Atlanta and winning our game, and then, hopefully hear some cheers in the stands afterwards.
With the red zone stuff, and the DA had mentioned, one of the things they noticed they found was okay, getting from the 25 to the 10 was a big factor in being more efficient. Is that something like a coaching point that you've had to kind of look at and say, okay, I can adjust some of the things that I'm doing to, because it seems like, I think 11 of the last 13, they've all come inside the 10-yard line, and obviously that's worked out for you.
Yeah, it has worked out. And I think, honestly, I really believe, man, the biggest thing that we've gotten better at is we're not hurting ourselves with penalties. When we would get in that fringe area, and then you get whatever the penalty is, we get an intentional grounding, a holding, an offense, or whatever. That's really hard to make up those yards as you get tighter, And so I think that's been an improvement for us. And yeah, I mean, the closer you get, the easier it is. It's going to be percentage-wise to score in our league. And so, you try your best in decision-making and all those things that, way out here, you don't always have to throw it in. You like to throw them in from there, but you can also, take a route that gets you inside the 10 and keep playing the game. And so there's a lot of that, definitely from depending on the play and the situation that comes on, my plate for sure.
What do you think of Jamal's game, having to kind of step up when AK went down?
Well, DA always picks somebody to break the team down, every day after practice. And one of the breakdowns last week was Jamal, because one we all love him. He shows us every day how much this means to him. And one of the things he said, now I may use different words than he used. One of the things that he says is, I'll run through somebody's face for y'all. Like, that's not for me. And that was so powerful of a statement, so selfless. And when he got in the game, that's exactly what he did. And so you say something like that when you break the team down, then you go prove it to your teammates. And he's not pointing at himself. He's not, he's hugging his brothers. He's excited, because everyone's jumping, he got the team going. So it was really cool to see that come to fruition for sure.
Derek, I know you've talked about, team ascending at the right time, and this is the time. Do you feel like the steps are there right now? Like this team is getting to that point where maybe it could turn into something special here at the end of the year?
I do. We've earned that position to where we are getting better at the end of the year. But the fact is we have done some really, really good things at a really, really high level for the last few weeks. And last half of the year, really, we've just constantly been doing this. And this is the perfect time to get really hot and go. But not all of that's in our control. We have to focus on the Falcons, focus on the mistakes that we made in that game, and focus on how can we be better this time, improve this time against them, and do things better this time. And so I'm sure they'll have a wrinkle or two. It's they're playing for a lot too, and so we got to be ready for that. We got to be on everything, make sure that we're on it in that aspect. But this would be a great time, to put it all together for sure.
When you're looking at what you can do better from that game, does it really just boil down to the red zone, or are there other things you?
Yeah. But those were the things that really stood out, especially with how it ended up. Jesse making that great play on me down in the red zone. Taysom's play. He's a guy that they've been trusting him here for years. 7 years, and so uncharacteristic things that you don't want to have happen. You try your best all week in practice. You got to be mindful. You got to make sure you're taking care of the football, all that kind of stuff. And really lock in on those things that you go back through your notes. Okay, I gotta focus on this week, like from my corrections that I made from the first game. You focus on it big time during practice and make sure you're reminding yourself of those things. So if we can clean that stuff up, we obviously have to do the other stuff good too. But if we can clean those things up, it's usually been a recipe that's been good for us. The last few weeks.
Right, get inside his goal.
Yeah, let's go. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Derek.